There's a new arrival over at the Field Museum, and it's landed after 40 million miles through space.
Yeah, the Field is one of the few research institutions in the country that got a piece of an asteroid snagged in space by NASA. Dane Placco was there today as scientists showed off their shiny but tiny piece.
Inside this plastic Ziploc bag here at the Field Museum, a teeny tiny piece of space rock that may unlock clues as to why we are on Earth.
Oh, this is super exciting.
Field Museum scientists say it's like winning the space lottery. Just days ago, receiving from NASA this tiny chunk of the asteroid Bennu, arriving here after a voyage of 40 million miles and billions of years.
It's a time capsule from the early solar system. That means it hasn't changed since it formed 4.6 billion years ago.
In 2022, a NASA spacecraft intercepted the ancient asteroid, which is about 1/3 of a mile in diameter, and punched out some tiny shards of rock. That rock was later returned to Earth in a sealed capsule, which is what makes it so valuable. Unlike meteorites, which are scarred as they burn through the Earth's atmosphere, then contaminated with microbes, this space-collected rock is pristine.
The asteroid sample, they contain organic compounds, and also it's rich in carbon and nitrogen. So these elements and compounds, they are essential to the beginning of life.
Over the next few weeks, the field researchers will use cutting-edge equipment to identify those building blocks, which may have been the ingredients that brought life to our planet.
Bennu is essentially a piece of the pantry that contains the ingredients that went into the soup from which later the planets and life formed.
There's another reason to keep an eye on asteroid Bennu. It's classified as a potentially hazardous object with a 1 in 1,700 chance of striking Earth on September 24th, 2182. The good news:
this is very fragile. It's a very mechanically weak rock. So I think even if that rock would collide with Earth, it wouldn't be a global killer.
Now, the Field Museum gets to keep this tiny piece of asteroid until August. Then it goes back to NASA. Unfortunately, because of its rarity, it won't be on public display. At the Field Museum, Dane Placco, Fox 32 Chicago.